everyone, to another episode of Start Fishing. Just a reminder, this is a 360 video, so you should be able to look in every direction. If you can't, then make sure that you're watching it inside the YouTube app in order to get the full experience. Also, be sure to hit the subscribe button in case you want to see future content when it's released. I'd really appreciate it. Hey, today I'm back out on the water with my first cousin Lori. This is the second part of footage that was shot while I was visiting Charleston, South Carolina. Now, earlier in the day, we caught some speckled trout and redfish up one of the creeks. But we're really looking to catch some sheepshead on this day, and that's Lori's favorite target when we're together. So we tried under several bridges and around an old train trestle, but we could not get a sheepshead hookup. So we were almost ready to give up on the day when we decided to go ahead and try to make it out to the jetties. Now, these rock structures extend 3 miles from the Charleston harbor out into the ocean. They protect the channel, which allows commercial shipping to enter and exit without worry. Now, here's a map to help you see where we were and how we got there. On the South Jetty, there's an area called Dynamite Hole. Now, for a long time, I wasn't sure where this was, even though I'd heard and read about it from local fishermen. But it's actually marked by 2 buoys, a green and red one, and you could travel safely between those buoys over what used to be the jetty. I'm not really sure how this hole came to be, and there's lots of different theories, but what we do know is that it's created a deep channel that's very popular with fishermen. And that's another way of locating it, is to just look for the boats that are anchored and fishing. Apparently, it's one of the best spots to fish for bull redfish and a variety of other species. We wanted to be on this side of the jetty because it protects us from the strong currents and the waves that are often created by shipping vessels. Here's the area where we were actually fishing. Anywhere within the shaded yellow is where we caught the majority of our fish. I believe locals refer to this spot as the Bend. So we're using a drop shot method and filler crabs, which is our preferred bait when fishing for sheepshead. And we're pitching that bait towards the rocks and then working it back towards the boat. There is a hookup.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
These fish fight so hard on the initial hookup. You kind of want to get them away from the rocks as soon as possible so they don't get you hung up or break your line.
It might be a black drum.
Do you want this thing? Will that help? Do you want me to pull this thing?
Yeah, maybe. I think it'll hurt.
Now, this is one of my favorite reactions from Lori. Remember how I shared earlier that sheepshead were her favorite fish to target? Listen to this.
Oh, it's a sheep.
Are you sure?
Yep, it's a sheep. I'm positive. Oh, it was a sheep. It was a sheep. It was a sheep. It was a sheep.
I think it was a black drum.
No, it was a sheep.
Okay.
It was a sheep. I'm telling you, it was not a black drum. It had the stripes. Is that camera on me?
Yeah. Black drums have stripes too.
No, they looked like the jailbird one. No, it was a sheep. It was sheep.
Okay.
That's what I hope it is.
All right.
To be fair, you've got to understand that our last 3 or 4 trips, we've pretty much gotten skunked. And that kind of helps explain her enthusiasm for seeing what she thought was a sheepshead, even though it was a black drum. Either way, even though we lost that one, it was good to know that there were fish in the area.
Usually the thing is, once I feel it, I can tell a difference.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, I think it, and then...
If you look off to your right, you'll see that there's a huge container ship moving its way up into the channel.
Oh, somehow or another, we scored a run because it's 2-2.
JC, you're behind.
Hey, there's another fish.
How can you not tell every time? Okay, let me get the thing. Somebody ate my thing. Okay.
That's a good sheep right there.
That's a good sheep last time. Oh my God. Yay!
Mission accomplished.
Yay! That means that there's sheep here.
Yep.
Nice, Jason.
Hold on. Come in here.
You got him?
Yeah. I don't think he's a keeper though.
Oh, probably. Let me take pictures of him. How big do they have to
I think they have, we can check. I think it's 14. It might be 15.
So the size limit for sheepshead is 14 inches measured to the fork. Now, if you remember from my video from our morning session, we didn't have a tape measure, so I was using my size 12 flip-flops to guesstimate their size. Not the best way to do things.
That's what I meant, really, because you did that.
I don't know. That might be a keeper.
Let me look.
I think it is a keeper.
Okay, what is sheep?
I think even if it's 15, that one's 15.
All right.
There's hookup number 3.
Really?
Oh, come on, get in here.
Don't lose him yet. Hold.
Ready?
Oh yeah, where's he at?
He's coming out.
Now, I'm not going to have to measure this one.
Lose him.
It's going in the ice chest.
Try not to, Lori.
Oh, he's huge. Oh my gosh, he's huge. He's huge.
Okay. Yeah, that's what we're after right there.
Oh yes.
Don't worry about me. You go ahead and get fishing.
Look at he's as big there. I know what he's big. Take a picture of him.
A good fight's not the only
I'm gonna go
reason
this way
why
and
we
get it.
target
Take him
these
out.
fish. They're also one of the best
huge.
eating fish I've ever had.
Okay, it's huge. All right, I got it. You're killing me. All right, here we go. So when I think it's that little, you know, like the current taking it, it might not be the current taking it.
There he is.
There's hookup number 3.
Whatever it is. It's another one of those.
That I got.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, I got it.
Oh.
I have a hook. He looks purplish. Look at the purple color on it.
That's definitely a snapper of some sort.
Snapper, is he pretty snappy?
I think that's what they're called that for.
Okay, can I please get away from me? I don't want to see a snapper. Ooh, we need to see what it is. Your camera on?
Yeah.
We need to find out what that is.
So that's a mangrove snapper. Now, I've caught them on the Gulf Coast of Florida, and honestly, I had no idea that they even made their way up this far north. The size limit is 12 inches total length, and you can keep 10 per person per day. According to the DNR, the state record was caught right here in the Charleston area and weighed over 12 pounds.
Because if you don't, pressure on it now.
Okay, well, it's going on the boat.
So Lori's actually hooked up. The camera that I use records for 30 minutes and then restarts. Of course, this happened when she finally caught a good bite.
What you got? What you got?
Oh, it's that, your black drum.
Now, this is a black drum, which is also quite tasty.
That looks pretty big.
You can see how they can be confused with the sheepshead because they do have the black stripes. But what they don't have are those crazy sheepshead teeth.
I'm excited. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh. I got the hook out for you.
You did? Yes, thank you. Ah, God.
Lori did catch a couple sheeps, and one of them was really, really big. Sadly, those catches were not caught on camera for some reason. I did not do that on purpose, I promise you, family. She did great.
Yeah, it looks about the size of yours, or bigger.
Yeah. I don't
No,
think so.
you think yours is bigger?
Oh no, Jason. It's pretty close.
you. Yay. Okay.
We must have come off of our anchor because we're floating now.
Oh.
I give up on this thing. It's just getting in the way.
Ooh, that's so cute. Okay. And Jason's catching fish while I'm fishing around. Alright. We're here Mr. Ralston because I'm telling you. But that's good to know. You know what? Because we haven't done this at all. Since you came out and fished, we've never done this much.
No, I saw fish.
No, we got red and black and sheep. But I think the one time all we got was
Trout.
Yeah, the trout. And Jason, what? You got it again? Oh, what was that?
So it's a bit unnerving making the trip out to these jetties, even in a 20-foot skiff. But as long as you take your time, use common sense, and don't rush on your way out, the jetties provide an amazing fishing opportunity even from a smaller boat. I definitely am going to be returning here. Well, that's it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know my videos haven't been as consistent recently, but I will have a lot more time available after the first of the year. Thanks for joining me, and remember, if you see me on the water, be sure to say hello.